I was a politician, so I'm not very good at speechifying, but I'll try and give her a go. So, first, I'd like to thank everybody who was able to be here tonight to celebrate this special day with Amy and Joseph. Secondly, I'd like to especially acknowledge Joseph's parents, Mary and Chris, for raising such a great son, Joseph. And sharing him with Rita and I, and especially Amy. Rita and I are very proud to welcome Joseph into our family. Now I'd like to share a couple stories about Amy that you may or may not find humorous. The first story I'd like to share is about Amy's birth. When she was getting ready to make her grand entrance into the world, the doctor and I were busy watching Ross Perot on the television. Now, some of you might not know who he is, but Mr. Perot was an independent candidate for president and was giving a speech with his trademark flip charts. So Amy came into this world hearing about Ross Perot, and this is why she has a framed Ross Perot sign hanging on her wall. Also, as some of you may know, I was a stay-at-home dad. When Amy was in preschool, her teacher, Mrs. Brown, would always say that she knew when Rita stayed home from work. This was because Amy would be dressed normally those days. When I was getting Amy ready, I would let her wear whatever she wanted. Sometimes it would be mismatched socks with a dress and a shirt over the top. I had better things to do than take on Amy's headstrong attitude. She was already showing her fashion flair. The next story is how Amy's a take-charge person. When she was about 5 or 6, Rita and I had a date night. We hired one of our children's teachers' teenage girls to babysit. When we got home, I was puzzled, and when I walked into the kitchen, there were towels on the floor, counters, and every place. And I didn't know what the heck was going on. Amy come roaring around the corner. She goes, I told her. She had to put the top on the blender when she was making smoothies. We still got blueberry stains all over the place. Amy would never quit or take no for an answer. She took English riding lessons and attended many shows and competitions. One time, when I was with her at a show, her horse balked at the jump. She was tossed over the head of the horse and landed hard on the ground on her head. I was pretty concerned that she might be injured, but she immediately got up, gathered up the horse, and was getting ready to try again. Luckily, she was not hurt, but she was pretty fired up and just wanted to get back at it. Another story involved Amy's wisdom teeth removal. I think you heard this at the ceremony. After removal, she was supposed to keep an ice pack on her jaw to reduce swelling for like a day or 2 days or something like that. But there was a party to attend. I think it was out at Larson's. I'm not sure. But rather than miss a good party, she went to the event while keeping this ice pack wrapped around her jaw. She follows instructions and does not give in to peer pressure. So anyways, while attending medical school in Chicago, she met Joseph. Apparently, they hit it off quite well and began dating in earnest. It's apparent to Rita and I that besides being enamored with one another, they both share a passion for medicine. Whether it's healing the sick or helping people coping with a poor diagnosis, both of them are dedicated to finding the best solution for their patients. I'm sure they'll both be quite successful throughout their careers. And now, this wouldn't be complete without a story about Joe. Now, as some of you may or may not know, the Beer family is a card-playing family. We'll play any card, any time, at the drop of a hat. So one time we were up at our cabin, and we decided we'd teach Joe how to play 500. Well, now learning the game of 500 is probably not the easiest game for a beginning card player to play, but Joseph, he's a trooper. We had a lot of fun, and he caught on pretty good. But the best part is, when he went back home, he downloaded a 500 app on his phone and practiced, and then he practiced some more. So the next time he could be ready for the cabin trip. I think we created a monster. He bids like a nut. So he fit right in with us. So now, as we take a look to the future of Amy and Joseph, let's raise our glasses to them. May your journey ahead be filled with love and joy as you navigate the path that marriage has set before you. Here's to Amy and Joseph. Did that go okay?
Perfect.
All right, thanks.
Crushed it.
Thanks.